All right, what up, my people? This is another episode of Xbox, whatever this
Spot.
whatever this is. The channel's Xbox. I don't have a clear intro for any of this. This is something new that I'm going to try. Xbox Talks. I don't know what's a good name for it.
Talking spot.
Talking spot.
The talking spot.
Talking spot. Anyways, well, I had this idea to do a video, and I got, I would say influence. Well, not really influence, but I really wanted to talk about the whole Apple thing.
I'm stuffed by the way.
He's stuff. Yeah, I always talk about him on my videos, like, oh, my friend's stuff. Well, here's my friend's stuff. I didn't even introduce myself.
Yeah. Who are you?
Don't matter who I am. Yeah, doesn't matter who I am, but I'm the Xbot, I guess. I need to get like merch. We need to work on merch.
The Explanator.
Yeah, like Marcus KBC, he has that X. He took my logo.
Yeah, he also has money.
Yeah, so
there's that.
What was he gonna do? Sue me? Anyways, who's the Apple? No, we wanted to talk about Apple iPhones. I'll probably cut this out, but
as opposed to the other iPhones.
Yeah, as opposed to Samsung iPhones. But no, I really wanted to talk about the iPhone because I have some opinions on it. Like, honestly, like, I don't really care about the specs as much because it's going to be a good phone. Like what does an A13 and an A14, what's the difference? Like, really?
It's X% faster.
Yeah, exactly. It's faster, but like...
I always say when smartphones were new and Android was new, I used to overclock my phone all the time.
Yeah.
Because it was necessary. Phones back then were pretty slow. But for a long time now, years, there has been absolutely no need. If you buy a top-of-the-line $1,000 phone or whatever, not even $1,000 phone, like you can get a mid-range phone nowadays, and it's still gonna have way more power than you're ever really gonna need for normal stuff. Again, if you're a gamer, people that play phones, I don't know if that's considered a gamer or not, but they're playing games, they're gamers, whatever.
Yeah.
But those people might need the extra power, but the vast majority of people that carry iPhones around, they don't need.
Yeah,
they don't need that.
Yeah, so whenever I see like the spec, like I'm a tech person, so it's like I like seeing things even though I don't really understand or really matter. Like, oh, it has 40%, 10% boost in speed or whatever. I'm like it takes me like I don't even know what that really means in terms, like you said, what does that really mean? It's just faster. That's all I know.
I compare it to the days of PC, having the PC build and building it yourself back then, back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
You had a 200 megahertz computer and you went to a 700 megahertz computer. You could really see the difference.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you go from a 2 gigahertz to a 3 gigahertz. It's like, it runs about the same. You don't notice that difference that much anymore, unless you're doing, again, much heavier stuff, which most of us just don't do.
And I think the biggest spec when you talk about like phones, I think the biggest spec that people really care much about is like battery size and the storage size maybe. And
those are the ones they keep gimping on.
Yeah, that's the one they keep going down. Like
every time I hear, the new iPhone is X% thinner, I'm like, why? Why is it thinner? You could have just put a bigger battery on there.
Yeah, like that's. And I think that's one of the things is like. Because I'm looking at this through a consumer lens. I'm not thinking of it as a company because, I'm not a corporation. I'm I would say, like, I'm the person that people come to in my family and in circle that, like, what phone should I get? Well, I'm like, get an iPhone or get an Android. Like, I go based on what their needs are. Like, so sometimes I recommend different kinds of phones to people. And sometimes I'm like, you really don't need... like my brother, like Victor, he's in that demographic that people think like, they're into tech. But my brother doesn't care. You just give him a free phone and he'll take it.
If it has YouTube,
if he can play YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, or he's good.
Pokemon Go.
or Pokemon Go. Like any phone can play Pokemon Go. Like I
Yeah.
played Pokemon Go on the iPhone SE, the original,
Yeah.
the OG, and it still runs good. And I think that's the thing about
And that's the thing. That's a pretty old
yeah,
CPU at this point, but it runs fine.
like the iPhone SE, the original. Because there's another one if you didn't know.
Yeah,
But
there's the new SE.
yeah, so like the only thing that about that phone that's kind of bad now is just the display and just the battery life because it's an old battery. But that has not. Back when it was new, it was it was a good battery for that time. But the display is that's the only thing that you would need an upgrade. So I can see like kind of connecting it to the new iPhones. I can see somebody who's still using the original iPhone SE to get the iPhone 12 mini.
Yeah.
Like to me, like out of all those phones, which one do you think is the one that people would gravitate more to, like the average person?
I don't know. I think the average person, probably the regular 12, just because it is a little bit bigger and really it's got all the same features as the mini. The mini is $100 less. I'm not really sure how much smaller the mini is though.
So the mini is supposed to be the same size as the original iPhone SE, just
Okay.
like the whole thing is a screen basically,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. Like
When you say $100, could be good. Yeah.
yeah, like see, and that's the thing that kind of
So
makes me question because it is like $699 I think for the mini, but then it starts at like 64 gigabytes of
Yeah.
storage, which is kind of like why just start at 128 at least. Like why you have to go
least.
so cheap for
because
64?
they keep putting these cameras that do 4K video on them, so
Yeah,
it's like if you really want people to do 4K video, well, they need more storage.
exactly. And like, but like I
But
was,
more storage means they buy less of their cloud service.
can they upload the 4K to their cloud?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it all goes in there.
but will the average person record in 4K? Like if somebody wants to record their kids,
Honestly, it depends on what the default settings are. 'Cause
yeah, like
most people are just gonna use that.
yeah, I think that would be a good question. I would think it defaults at like 1080, like 30
I
frames.
will hope so. Yeah.
Like I would think, but like I think like one of the biggest issues I took with Apple in their thing this year was the whole eco-friendly bullshit that they try to push. Like, do we really think that Apple is eco-friendly? Like, I get like if you're a company and you're pushing that, at least show it in other ways. I know, like we were discussing earlier about how they're not putting a charger brick,
Yeah, charging.
but they're giving you a USB-C to Lightning connecting cable. But it's like, who are they trying to get with that? Like, because I bought an iPhone 11, and that one came with a USB-A brick. So I was like, if I wanted to upgrade to any of the new ones, I won't be able to use that brick.
You won't.
I would have to actually go and buy one.
They're expecting you to plug it into your Mac, maybe.
Right? Or if they're assuming that I'm also using an Android, which Android has, well, like the Samsung has been supplying you with those bricks for like a couple phone cycles already, since like I think the S10. So that's like what, like 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years ago, 1 year ago.
10.
But at least they've been like preparing you for that. Like Apple just went like, here's this cable that you probably don't have from last year. Because I believe the iPhone 11 was the bigger seller last year.
See, my thing, as I mentioned earlier, is I'm okay if they want to say that they're going to be eco-friendly and not put, a charging brick on their device. I'm fine with that, but then like give people the ability to get a charging brick for free if they need it. When people go to buy an iPhone, either at a Best Buy or an Apple store, make it where they can request a charging brick because maybe they don't have one. So then give it to them for free. If you don't do that, it just looks like you're being cheap. It doesn't look like you're trying to save the environment, which you probably are not anyway because of all that packaging you put on your boxes anyway. So and especially with the more expensive phone, I hate it. Like I bought and this is not just Apple, but I bought the Note 20 Ultra 5G, and I gotta put that 5G at the end just in case.
Just in case they don't know.
And it didn't come with headphones.
The headphones, yeah.
And
it came with the brick.
Yeah, it came with the
charging
brick.
cable.
It came with the charging cable,
it just didn't
but
come
no
with
headphones.
headphones. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like you're paying $1,300 for this phone, and they can't even throw in some cheap headphones. Like, it's kind of annoying. Now, to be honest, had I gotten the headphones, they would have just stayed in the box.
Yeah.
I would not have used them, but that's separate.
Yeah, but at least in this case, if you really want the headphones, you can go into their website and request them. Like, how hard is that? Like, make it just a little bit inconvenient so that somebody who really wants it, they'll go through that inconvenience. And somebody who's like, man, I don't really care for it. I'm not going to fill out that request form.
Because I didn't. So, because I don't need them. But, for me, it's more like when I sell it in the future, it always looks nicer when you have the accessories package, and they're like perfectly pristine and whatnot.
Yeah.
It just looks like you took good care of it. Not having the headphones now, it just looks like I didn't care and I lost them. Yeah. So then I have to explain, like, hey, it never came with headphones.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that, and it annoys me about Apple is just the whole, like, they'll say something, but then in reality, like, if you know that it's not really, because people are going to have to go in and buy another charging brick. So all that whole talk about, we're saving so many metric tons of waste. Yeah, you're just getting that waste from somewhere else because they're actually buying it now.
Yeah.
Which, it's annoying.
And there's the other point that I had made when we were talking about this, and it's Apple Care and the fact that one of the things that I've never experienced this, but I've always heard people complaining about it, how Apple will tell people about how they were not using the appropriate charger for their phone, therefore they will not cover
damages.
The damages. So I'm like, okay, so now by not providing the appropriate charger, you're kind of forcing people to go either spend more money on the one that you want to sell them, which we all know you want to sell them, or they're going to end up buying a cheap dollar store charger that's probably going to ruin their phone.
Yeah, they're going to use or like one that somebody else gave them from an extra Android one, and you're like, here, use this was Alcatel one or whatever. I don't know why that one came out, but yeah, or Blue phone, Blue, which
Motorola. No,
like I wish I had the money to just buy all these weird phones and just like try them, but I'm broke, living a broke life. But there was something else that annoyed me about this Apple thing. Like the HomePod that they showed, I really don't care about that. Like, I'm already knee deep on Google.
Before we finish with the iPhone, we should discuss the fact that this time around they made it so that the Pro Max is actually better than the Pro.
Yeah.
WTF?
They haven't done. I mean, I remember them doing that back with like the only difference being the camera between the regular iPhone 8 or iPhone 7.
But then the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max were the exact same thing.
So for a while, it was the same, But it's just the camera, right? The difference?
Correct. It's got better camera and better something else. Excuse me.
And somebody, I was watching a video of somebody else, and it kind of made a good point about how the iPhone was XR Max or whatever. It's almost like an answer to the Samsung Ultra with like that has that super camera. Like I'm sure the cameras will be fine, but then they started like talking about Apple RAW, whatever, about how this new
Yeah,
file.
their new RAW format, which is apparently not available yet. So who knows when that's going to be available? And we'll see how good it is. But you know, as a photographer, it almost bothers me to a point whenever I see phones trying to do all this, like, oh look, we can take a picture just like a DSLR.
Yeah.
It's like when you really look at the photos, like, no, you can't. You know, you're dealing with a tiny sensor over here versus a much bigger one over here. Like, you just cannot compare. So now, don't get me wrong, like all the pro features, I guess they're nice, but for people that are starting to do stuff, but it's still annoying to me. Like seeing all this, oh, it's got the pro this, the pro whatever. Like, no, it's not pro. It's nice. Okay, those are nice halves. The raw format, you know, like I just don't know what kind of a big deal it probably is.
Yeah, like what does that even mean to like an average consumer?
I know for photography, whenever you're shooting raw, which is how I like to shoot, it captures more information. And honestly, with iPhones, like a lot of Android phones, they have Pro mode, and you are able to shoot in raw. Basically, it captures more light information, so you're able to manipulate the photo more. But that's at the point where I'm like, okay, if you really want to do that type of stuff, then you should get more into photography, and you should get like a cheap real camera, because let's face it, this is not, you could get a much better camera than this for the amount of money that you pay for this, and it'll have great raw features. So I don't know, it's just
a
little like, why?
Yeah, like all you like without that, all you need is this cameras for is to I'm gonna take a quick video of this. It's not because you want to. Yeah, like if you really want to produce an actual film, like get the right equipment for it. Like if you're really serious, like now if you don't have that equipment, then sure, you can
that's where I mean, like it's a nice have.
Yeah,
but if I'm gonna have a wedding, and hire a photographer, and he comes to me with a phone, I'm gonna be like, get out of here.
Unless they're doing it for free. And if they're doing it for free, and
even then, because I would want like good pictures, and I'm not saying that these are not good pictures, but I take photos with the phone whenever I don't want to think about it. Whenever I just want to take a picture, like you say, like a quick picture, like, oh, that's nice, let me take a picture. Whenever I'm like at a birthday party, I'm not gonna be editing all those pictures, so I like having a phone where I can just take pictures.
Yeah, or you're at the beach and you just want to take a good quick picture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like 50 times zoom or whatever.
Yeah, but at least keep it at 30 because 50 it gets real blurry. 30 is a sweet spot. Yeah. So pro tip.
Right.
But yeah,
we'll take a little break right now.
All right.
I just want to verify that this is still recording. It is. It's fucking annoying that I can't see. Like it's got a little light, but it's in the back. So let's make sure that we are still in focus. Yeah. All right, we're back.
All right, we're back, bitches. Okay, that was stupid. All right, we're back from our little break. What I think one more thing. Well,
about cameras.
I was gonna say one more thing, but it's probably two more things because I want to end with something else. But
make it two. It's your channel.
Yes, I mean nobody watches this anyways. But I did want to. What's your opinion on? Did you see the whole mag
MagSafe thing.
MagSafe thing. Like, is it cool that it has a magnet? It's cool. I would have to see how like if you're using a case.
Doesn't that case company already do that though? Like,
yeah, like, but I wonder like what kind of case you can put in that still works. Like, how strong is the magnet? Is this a way for Apple to eventually be like, for the iPhone 13, we're eliminating the Lightning port and we're using nothing but wireless save? Like,
you know what I do like about the iPhone 12? Because I have a 11 Pro, and what I do enjoy about the iPhone 12 is that there was absolutely nothing about it that made me want it.
right, like
there's nothing special about it. It's just another iPhone. The design, it's got that almost iPhone 5,
yeah,
5-ish design. That's kind of
I
nice,
like that design. Like, I like the design.
I don't mind this design either. So I don't think, that's certainly not going to be the reason that I go buy an iPhone 12. A little bit faster, I don't care. Like, I use my iPhone for very, social media, which I barely ever do. Checking emails. Text message. It's basically a text messaging machine. That's all it is. So yeah, I'm glad, because normally whenever there is something new that's cool,
that you want it.
New feature, yeah, I want it. But this time there's so it's got 5G. Like, yeah, I'll skip this one. Maybe I'll get 5G on the next one, because right now I don't get real 5G anywhere anyway. A lot of these phones, especially the AT&T one, likes to say that I'm on 5G, but that's not really 5G. But that's a whole other video.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing, like a good way to think about it. Like, if you have an iPhone 11 Pro already, or a Max, like, there's really no incentive to do it.
Yeah.
And especially because one of the things I was basically waiting for is because I know the iPads have a ProMotion, I think it's called, for the 120 hertz.
Yes.
And, just something to differentiate.
Well, especially differentiate. Especially because nowadays, just about even cheap Android phones have like 90 hertz.
Yeah, at least 90. Like,
so 120. That seems on the Android side, that seems to be becoming like the more normal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of people were expecting like, okay, like at this point, Apple has to kind of get with the program. They have to do the 120 or at least the 90 hertz, but they didn't. They added a whole bunch of other stuff, Dolby, who knows what the hell, and
mm-hmm.
Things that I'm not sure who actually. Again, it's like things that are for professionals, but that the vast majority of professionals are gonna have better equipment for that already. So
yeah, like a lot of people say, like, who are these people? But a lot of people say, maybe they didn't put 120 hertz because COVID and the lack of production. I'm like, okay, you could have done it on just the Pro versions, like the iPhone Pros, and because an iPhone, the regular 12, you could have kept it at 60, and then if you really want to upsell to the Pro, you could have added a Pro. What was it called? Not a item, a Pro feature.
Pro feature, yeah.
Yeah, and you can done that, and then somebody who has a iPhone 11 Pro, they'll be like, it makes them think even more. Like, do I really want 120 hertz? But I think, and this is not just Apple. Like, a lot of companies do this, and I really hate is they'll hold off on one feature so that they can be and the next one they're like, we brought this. It's kind of like, I'm like, why? You could have done it on this time, but you chose to keep it off on purpose.
A long time ago.
Like, and Samsung did that too. Like, with the iPhone 10, that all companies were already doing.
Samsung did it with the iPhone 10.
With the S10, where like a lot of people were thinking, oh no, it was with the Note 10 that people were like, all these companies are having 120 or 90 hertz. Maybe the Note 10 will have 90 hertz,
Yeah.
but they kept it off on purpose so that they could eventually upsell you with the and they,
Really?
mission accomplished. All right, but here's the difference though. Samsung has good trade-in deals if you look for that deal. So like I paid $450 for this Note 20 because I traded in my Note 10 Plus, and they had an additional like $100 something credit, and I had some credits from a previous purchase I had made, like what's it called, like points that I had done. So I got it for like $450. So they still scam me, but
they still scam you.
They still scam me, but I got a Note 20.
They got your previous phone and more money.
And more money.
Yeah, it is nice that they have really good deals. I paid, this is $1,300. I paid $900 because they gave me $400 for a Pixel 3, regular Pixel 3 that the back camera didn't work anymore. So.
Yeah, and everybody else would just give you like less than 200 or something like that. Like
not even Google would give me $400 for it.
Google's the worst at trading deals.
No
wonder their Pixels are not selling.
I had a Pixel 3.
Oh, they're selling
the regular Pixel 3, and I had a Pixel 4 XL, but Samsung was giving me $400 for either. So I was like, okay, then take the 3 that's messed up. Because I didn't want to sell the 3 to anybody, because I'm like, I don't want to sell a phone that has a bad camera, especially a Pixel. Like that's the main reason why you used to buy a Pixel. So if the camera is not good, then it's useless. So yeah, but I'm okay selling it to Samsung.
Yeah. Like, just to finalize on that Mag thing, like, it still uses a wire.
Still uses the wireless MagSafe uses a wire.
So it's like you're just getting less efficient charging and still have to use a wire that you have to plug to a wall. Does that come with a wall charger? Or you can have to buy that additionally.
Who knows?
All right.
Now, going back to the screen thing, I would have preferred 120 hertz display over 5G.
I would have too.
Because 5G, again, I'm actually surprised that Apple did 5G already.
Yeah.
Because they usually wait till
until 5G is a thing.
Yeah, and 5G, like I said, like it's becoming a thing, but it's really not there yet. So I'm surprised that they even jumped on that. But yeah, 5G would have been better in my opinion than.
You think Verizon?
I mean, 120 hertz would have been better than 5G.
Do you think Verizon give them a little some money so they can do that? Because
maybe they were the only ones out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Presenting with them.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. I see some
little
some
snack money.
Yeah,
little snack money.
Yeah, little All right, so we're back.
We had a little technical difficulties.
A little mishap. Verizon, was trying to invade our.
Yeah, Verizon was like, "We shut them down.
Yeah, because we
were telling people, well, the snack money.
Yeah, the snack money.
The snack money they'd be giving people.
So they gave us a little snack money.
We got some coffee on our break too.
Yeah, slurp it.
Yeah, slurp.
Fuck. It's that one though.
So basically that's our thoughts on the iPhone 12.
I'm sure we said something else somewhere out there.
We said something else,
but
I threw my iPhone.
Yeah, for nothing.
I threw it for nothing. I went like, oh look, there's the iPhone.
Oh, that one looked like it hurt. I mean, that one sounded like it hurt.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's an iPhone. I trust my iPhone. iPhones are really good phones. And I trust the build quality.
And then this is where I inserted the joke of that's why your cameras on your phones don't work
because I keep throwing them.
Yeah. But
I've never had a problem with my iPhone's cameras. So they do have really good quality components at least
if you take care of them.
If you take care of them and
if you don't bend them and stuff like that.
Don't sit on them. Yeah, I hate it when people are like putting their phones in their back pocket. Like
Although I remember with the iPhone 7, I bent it a little bit, and that's when they had the whole the touch disease thing. So I
Wow.
traded in that phone, and like I was hoping that the person that was getting the trade in didn't see it, and it happened to work when they were using it, so they were able to accept my trade in. So I was like, all right, I got free monies. Anyways,
So yeah,
we had moved on to the
personally, not interested in the iPhone 12
yeah.
unless that one is fucked up right now.
And but then we moved on to the
To the
HomePod Mini.
HomePod Mini.
So what's your opinion on the HomePod Mini?
So we're gonna try and recreate what
Yeah.
we did. So basically, obviously, we haven't heard the HomePod Mini.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's very good audio. I have never really been a big fan of like speakers in the house because I don't really listen to music in the house at all. Like, normally for a Latino, music in the house, it's a horrible thing because that means it's time to clean.
Oh.
So I'm traumatized. So I don't like listening. No, for whatever reason, I cannot drive without listening to music.
Mhm.
But then in the house, I don't like listening to music unless it's like a YouTube video or something.
Okay.
So anyway, as a digital assistant, however, I've never felt that Siri. I've never felt that Siri is as bad as people say it is, but at
It's
the
not
same
as
time,
good as-
it's not as good as like Google or, I mean, I don't even know if Alexa is any good because I've never used Alexa either. But I tend to have Android phones and used to have an iPhone, but I always gravitate towards Google. So as a digital assistant, my point that I'm trying to make is that I don't think Siri is that great, and Google and Amazon both have mini digital assistant speakers that you can put in any room,
Correct.
and those are usually what, $30?
$30, and sometimes they even give them out for free for like subscribing
like
to their.
I've gotten 2 free ones already from Google. Like one day I'm checking, not that long ago, I'm checking my emails, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I see something like free Google Home Mini, and I'm like, oh, okay, and it was because of YouTube Red, because being on YouTube Red, they were just wanting to send me a free one. I didn't even ask for it. I mean, I asked for it when they told me I could get one. So yeah, but then I just gave it to my sister because I don't need it here.
Yeah, you just get those and kind of use them as like, oh, I forgot somebody's birthday is coming up.
Yeah.
Here, yes, happy birthday.
Especially now, when I don't know when this video is gonna come up, but I'm guessing it's probably gonna be before Black Friday.
Hopefully.
So for Black Friday, they usually have really good deals.
Yeah, they do like
those.
2 for 1, or like you buy this and they give you this free.
It really is a great thing to just stock up on, because eventually you'll find somebody to give them to.
Yeah, and especially with the whole idea that Apple was saying that you can use those as intercom systems, that you can have one in one room, and then you can, scream at your kids in the next room.
Coffee went down the wrong. Because I'm upset because Apple is like, hey, you can put them all over your place. I'm like, I don't have $100 a room. Are you kidding me?
Then your Latino really came out there. I don't have $100. What are the make of the money? That was a mix of Mario and my dad.
But yeah, like $100, like $30 a room, then yeah, that's much more doable. For $100, you can do 3 rooms with the Google Mini.
Yeah, even for less, because you get those free. But
you get the free ones.
Yeah, Apple doesn't give. I can't see them doing like a really good deal on those, like buy one get one free.
So yeah. Now again, we haven't listened to it. It could be amazing audio. I don't think so though, because it's tiny. But I've heard tiny speakers that sound great.
I don't think Apple would release a speaker that doesn't sound good.
But honestly, I'm like my Google Home Mini, the little one, sounds
Yeah,
pretty damn good too. Like,
yeah.
but again, I'm not an audiophile, so
Unless you probably have like a house with those tall ceilings, but like a little apartment, like your little apartment.
no. Like I always say, obviously, if you can afford it, then
Yeah,
by
go
all
ahead.
means,
Like
go for it.
buy yourself
But
any.
put five in each room. I don't care. One in each corner and one in the center. Like,
Yeah, like they really try to promote it as one of those things where depending on what corner you put it, it will adjust to the bounces of the. Like I'm like, can you hear it clearly? That's all that matters. Like
they did the same with the original HomePod. Like, oh, it'll adjust to the room and whatever. I'm like, it's a speaker. Come on.
yeah, like my HomePod Mini, I have it in a corner and it doesn't need to adjust. I can hear it just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It even turns on when I'm not even asking it to turn on.
Yeah, just like the Google one. It's always listening to me. I don't even have to ask.
But yeah, yeah, so that's something that I really don't care. Like I can't see somebody actually like making a whole system out of it
Now, I was mentioning,
unless you have a big house or
if
something.
you have a big house and,
Yeah.
and you obviously have the money,
Or if you don't
then
have Latino parents who will scream,
yeah.
that's
And let's remember also that the whole intercom thing, it's nothing new. Like Google has been doing that
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
That's how behind Siri is. But
But they made it sound like it was new,
yeah, they always make it sound like it's new.
never before.
But like I was mentioning, I don't know if the HomePod Mini can do this. I don't think that it can because the HomePod couldn't. But I was saying it would be kind of cool if it has really good audio and it has a battery that will last a few hours, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
you could
yeah.
unplug it and take it somewhere.
Yeah,
That could be cool. Use it like as a Bluetooth speaker.
is it water resistant? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
You can have it in your while you're taking a shower.
So yeah, I just kind of felt like for $100, I don't know. I'm not. You have to really be into the ecosystem, Apple ecosystem for that.
Yeah.
I
Oh, okay, so I mean, like I know one of the things they say that if you have an iPhone and you're really close to it, your iPhone will connect automatically to the HomePod. So if you're listening to a YouTube video and you have the thing there, it will like
yeah, but a lot of the YouTube videos I'm listening to, I don't want people around me to listen to.
yeah. I don't know.
No, like Eric. Look, I'll give Apple props on AirPlay.
Oh yeah.
I've always felt that AirPlay, when I used to have an Apple TV, sending videos to my Apple TV was always super easy. So that type of stuff, Apple has it down. Google has the Chromecast, and it's got the Chrome, Chromecast
Yeah.
to a TV. I've never felt, most of the time that works, but I've never felt that it works as smooth
That's smooth, yeah.
as AirPlay does with my Apple devices. So, I absolutely love that. I can take my iPhone, which hopefully is still alive, and and if I'm sitting next to the computer and somebody calls me, I can just say like, "Oh, send it send the voice call to the iPad or send it to the MacBook." That type of the way it integrates with the whole ecosystem. I really enjoy that. So I could see how having a bunch of little speakers, if they sound good enough around the house, I could see how that could be good for somebody that likes listening to music at home. Again, I've been traumatized by music at home, so I can't do it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and so yeah, so like overall this see, I don't know if we had mentioned this already, is you having an iPhone 11, would you upgrade to
No.
an iPhone 12?
no.
I don't know if I mentioned this
What-
or not. We're going in
what-
blind.
We don't remember where
Where we left
our
off.
last thing cut off.
I think that's what we mentioned because then you threw the phone.
But look, when I had the iPhone 10, I saw the iPhone 10s, and there was absolutely nothing there that was interesting to me. So I actually skipped the iPhone
Yeah.
10s, because I was like, it's the same thing. When I saw the iPhone 11 Pro, and I saw the three cameras, and
Yeah.
then I was like, okay,
Yeah, a
okay,
little different. It
that's
makes
different.
sense.
I like that wide angle. I really enjoy how one thing that that used to bother me a lot about cameras back when they started having multiple cameras on phones is how different
Yeah, they look.
different
Yeah,
cameras looked color wise. And that was something about the iPhone 11 Pro that interested me. I'm like, okay, they calibrated it so that they all look the same. Nice, I like that. Um, so so then I decided to get an iPhone 11 Pro. Now I'm looking at the iPhone 12 Pro, and I'm like, like there isn't a feature, like
yeah,
it's got a new design, but the new design kind of feels old to me
yeah.
still, and they still had that stupid notch, which I get it. I can't complain too much about the notch because I love Face ID, and I understand that the technology for Face ID is there, but it hasn't changed at all, man. Like you'd think by now they would have been able to figure out a way to make it smaller or something.
Yeah, that. I think, like, I feel like that's, and I know every company does that. That they always hold back a feature. So I'm like,
Yeah,
if the iPhone 12 does not sell as good, they're gonna be like, okay, let's activate the smaller notch mode. They have that in their back pocket. Like, I
it's
know for
like
sure.
take out the smaller
Yeah,
notch card here.
yeah. The 120 hertz. We need that. Gosh, we're doing really bad. Bring back the headphone jack.
Bring it back.
USB C.
We'll be courageous. We'll
Yes.
bring back
So
the.
so they have all these features in their pockets all over. They're like that. They forgot their wallet. Like,
You know what I don't? You mentioned the headphone jack. What I don't understand is why is it that expensive phones can't have a headphone jack, yet all the cheap phones seem to have a headphone
I'm
jack.
looking at you, Google. You're next in one of these.
No, we decided Samsung was
Yeah,
next,
we had
but,
decided that before,
but
and then Google was said. But Google, you're in my list. I was so disappointed in that. We'll go into that later if
but mentioning
people
Google,
watch this.
going back to the iPhone 12, and how most people don't need that much power.
Right.
Uh, Google, I
Yeah.
think, was kind of courageous almost by going more mid range.
Going back to their roots.
Not totally, because their roots were always mid range price, but flagship specs.
But yeah, you're right. They always had like the latest chips.
Correct. But again, back then you needed the latest chips.
Yeah.
Now you don't really need the latest chips. You can do amazing stuff with older chips that work just as well and probably save you even more battery because they're newer chips. They just work like older chips. But um, so yeah, to me the Pixel 5 is looking almost interesting. I don't remember what the price on that was.
Yeah, I think it was like $5.99.
Yeah, which
I mean, if you want a good phone with a good camera, that's a good, and you want Android, that's a good one.
yeah.
Because it's more software, but yeah.
I will say though, those Pixel phones, it kind of pisses me off because we'll get more
Yeah.
into that when we do the Google one. But I will say the way that they have certain software features that are only for Google kind of pisses me off because I have this phone which is beautiful. Like I said, it is jewelry for me.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love it, but I still don't get certain things that I would get with the Pixel 4 XL, like that screen calling.
Yeah.
That is the one feature I want here. Like, just give me screen calling, I'll be happy. Because even right now, it makes me want to go back to the Pixel.
Yeah. And see, that's one of the things that we're showing you here, that it's not just an Apple thing, that we're not like Apple bashers or anything.
No.
We'll bash everybody equally.
We are bashers, period.
And we give Apple their props when it's due, and we also call them out when they need to be called out.
Yeah.
But like for example, one thing that I do appreciate about Samsung is that you can trade in their old device towards their new device, and they'll give you a very competitive trade-in price for your previous phones. Apple doesn't do that.
Yeah,
Like if they gave me $500 for my iPhone 11 to trade in for iPhone 12, then I might think of it, but they're not going to do that because they know people will buy at the price.
Samsung gave me $400 for the Pixel 3. It's
Yeah.
a regular Pixel 3, not even the XL. $400 for a regular Pixel 3 that had a broken camera. Like that's a good deal.
And not even Google would do that.
Not even Google. Google was giving me like $200 for it. I'm like, come on, Google, it's your phone.
Yeah, so
You don't want it?
and you would think if Apple wants you to get their latest thing, you would think that they would give you a good trade-in for their old devices. But
No,
that's why they're worth,
I mean,
worth
they're-
trillions, I guess.
they're not hurting. You
Yeah.
know, they're selling either way. So
I swear, if people decided not to buy it, the iPhone 12, they would
oh yeah,
accept
for
it.
sure.
So
They-
come
they-
on, do
they
it for
will-
me. Don't buy it so I can get a trade-in price.
Do it for Blackpink.
Yeah, can't even take pictures with their phones. Hey, and here was a joke. If Samsung paid me 200,000, I would not use an iPhone either.
Yeah.
And if they paid me $10 for every time I rejected somebody who wanted to take a selfie with me,
Yeah, I'd be just as broke as I
yeah,
am.
because nobody wants to take a selfie with me.
I don't want to take a selfie with me. So
Yeah,
that's sad.
that's it.
Anyway,
All right.
was there anything else on the Apple event thing?
No, I think
I don't remember anything else. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't watch the whole thing. I tried watching the event, but there was a lot of Tim Apple just talking, and then it went over to some random Verizon guy talking, and I got bored.
then eco-friendliness, which we
Yeah.
to recap, we know is nonsense.
It's BS.
Yeah,
It means they're cheap.
yeah. They just want more money, and they're using that as an excuse to take more money. So, I mean, that's why they're worth $1 trillion, right?
They're doing okay.
Yeah.
So
All right. I think that's it.
that's it. We got nothing.
We got nothing else.
We got nothing.
Oh, we got a lot, but
We got a lot for other companies.
Yeah,
There, you know.
so- Apple, you consider yourself like taking easy for being the first time we're doing this and not knowing what we're doing. But
yeah, we didn't
we
come
took it
prepared,
easy. Yeah,
and it's obvious.
yeah. No preparation, no research. Who does research?
We
I'm
did
not-
get coffee though.
I'm not in school. Why do I need to do research
Who's messaging me? Why are people messaging me?
on your iPhone watch? I mean, the
My
iPhone,
iWatch,
your iWatch.
Apple Watch.
Are you gonna get the new iWatch?
No, I'm not getting the new Apple Watch either because it's the same thing as the Apple Series 5.
But it has 2-day battery life.
No, it doesn't. None of them do.
Yeah.
We need bigger batteries.
Come on, bigger batteries. Who doesn't like? a
We're
bigger
just
battery?
rambling now. We're not even sure
Yeah.
how to end this video.
Yeah, no. Let's just get some inspiration.
Just watch us drink coffee. It's all good. How have you guys been?
Yeah,
You been good? Did you watch the event?
yeah.
No, right? It was boring, right?
Like if you did, can you like give us a recap?
It would really help us out.
It will help us to this video. Hey, we'll go back in time and then we'll do the video.
Re-edit and upload the new one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
This is
so, what are you doing this week?
yeah. Oh, we're working on a music video this weekend. So coming soon.
Coming soon. It's been like 4 years?
It's
No, 3
it's a
years.
music video, 3 years in the making. But I think we're like
2 years. 2 years.
yeah, 2018.
Yeah.
2 years in the making. So we have a deal that we want to get at least 5,000 views by the end of the year. I think that's what it is.
5,000 views by the end of the year. 2,000 views in the first month. Something like that.
Yeah, like
Um,
how do analytics work?
I don't know.
I got 40
Um,
subscribers, so
but it took us 2 years because there are parts of the video that are supposed to be memories, and we don't have makeup people.
yeah.
So
So we had to physically wait
wait
2 years
in
so
order
we
to
can get the
record.
special effects that we need.
That guy better look different now.
Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, right now I don't even know why you're still watching if you're watching this. I don't
Cool.
if
They,
look,
they probably fell asleep.
look,
Like,
if you made it to this point, you, the one person, you put a comment and say first, the next time I get a free
free
a free
Google
Google
Mini.
Home Mini,
It'll go to you.
it'll go to you. The first one to say first.
What if I go?
No, not you. You don't count.
Damn it!
Then don't tell none of your friends either.
You know I don't have friends anyway.
I want it organically. Like
Say first, no friends.
yeah, like oh man, what if they're like in Australia or how much is shipping over there?
Oh, you gotta be in the U.S. We're not shipping worldwide.
If I can ship it to you for less than $10, I'll ship it to you. If you have a pigeon, I'll send it with the pigeon. Yeah, like I wonder how much is shipping to like Australia. Australia to me seems like it'll be the farthest from here. I don't even know.
What if they're from North Korea?
They don't watch this.
They don't have internet, right?
They don't have, I'm sure they have internet, but by the time I send them, they'll probably get caught and like
Yeah.
say like you can't.
Then next thing you know, like Kim Jong Un is like blasting tunes on your little
A whole mini.
mini.
Man, did you see
Then-
that missile
then-
they
then-
had?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I-
Does it
I-
work though?
I wonder if it's just the outside.
I know. The inside has a.
It's just hollow.
It's just hollow with like a whole mini in there.
Now we're giving you guys the news. See,
Yeah.
Presidential elections are coming up.
Yeah,
make sure
you
to go vote.
Yeah, if you're in the U.S.
And you can vote.
and you can vote.
Yeah.
Who are you voting for?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, that's it's your choice.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to say.
I'm voting for the person that I already voted for.
Yeah, I already voted.
I still haven't mailed in my.
Oh, you still haven't mailed it in?
No. I will do that this week.
I did check, and it says it has been received.
Okay.
That's if I trust it, but so as far as I know, I voted already,
All right. That's good.
so I can sleep easy.
Knowing you did your civic duty.
Yeah, but for real, vote.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should
Go vote. Whoever you want to vote
whoever
for.
you vote for. Like,
Just go vote. It's important. It's surprising to me that like only 1/3 of the population of this country actually goes vote.
yeah, it's like this. You gotta boost up the analytics of voting, because the more people that vote, the more people who's running for president are forced to go out and actually care about
exactly.
like, because if they're like, oh, only these people vote and only these, then I don't have to worry about these other people.
Yeah, and don't like just vote for a party all the time. You know? Because if people are like, oh, like Illinois, or California, let's say, oh, they always go Democrat.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna try.
I'm not even gonna try because I got them already. No, a politician should never feel like they got you already.
Yeah, like politicians should feel like they have to go to your place.
Exactly.
Like, you know, if you're in California, like, you know, you should make both or three. Like, it shouldn't be two.
It's
it
like,
should be
it's
more
like
than
dating. You don't want the other person to think like, this guy's always gonna stick around. Like no, you don't want them to think that. Like, you want them to care a little bit.
And not only that, but you have to vote in your local elections, like the ones in
Those
spring.
are even more important.
Yeah, because those are the ones who are like affect you more direct. So, and do a census. What are you waiting for? I think, did they cut off the census already?
I don't know.
You should fill out the census.
I filled mine out online.
Yeah, I filled mine out too. Not online.
I did it online.
Snail mail.
But what was I gonna say? Too often we find out about things that change in our communities after they change.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, what the hell? Why is this illegal now? Like, that's because the county or township or whatever, they had meetings. 3 people showed up. So those 3 people voted. And then that's what happened. Now, I understand, going to these meetings, they never make it convenient. It's always at some random times in some place that maybe they make one quick Facebook post about, and that's about it. But it's important to keep up in order to be able to vote about what's actually going to happen in your community, because as you said, that's what's going to affect you the most.
Yeah.
With that said, I've never been to one of those meetings, but I also don't complain too much when.
No, I did go to one of those meetings back in the day when they were fixing the roads in front of my house, and they said they were going to narrow it. And so I went there, and I'm like, okay, you're narrowing this street. And it's kind of cool because, you have the actual politicians there and you're talking to them. And then, if you can respond to them right there.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we see your point and we can make adjustments. And then they made the adjustments. Like,
yeah. So it works.
And plus, I told them, like, well, I have a business in my house, but you're saying that people are not going to be able to park. But then they're like, okay, we'll allow people to park in your house without, because we had a daycare at the house.
Yeah.
So when parents were dropping off their kids, like, if I had not gone there, they would have probably got tickets for parking there, even though they're doing business with us.
So yeah, it paid out that you went out there.
Yeah,
this video took a weird turn, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm keeping this. I don't care. Like we told them that they can leave. Like,
it's not like we're keeping you here hostage.
Yeah, we're not. Like, I assume that if you made it this far, you're either like
asleep
and